Severn takes on the Red Dog, and he will be accompanied by Jasmine.
Does anybody know a certain personality from that station named Reggie?
Did I do okay?
Well, fans, we're going to bring him out right now from 102.5 FM. Put your hands together for Reggie!
Here's my buddy Reggie of 102.5, today's hit music, great guy. He's going to do the main event status here for Dan the Beast Severn and the Red Dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Denham Springs North Park Rec Center in beautiful downtown Denham Springs. Are you ready for more wrestling action? Catch pro wrestling rap with your host, the paragon of virtue, Mr. Dave Hernandez, from 10 until noon, 12:10 a.m. The Score. Deep South wrestling fans, are you ready? Denham Springs, Baton Rouge, are you ready?
I think we're ready, John.
Oh, yes, this is the one we've been waiting for, David.
In attendance and the thousands watching around the Deep South. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for some more? Introducing first, former NWA champion, former WWF superstar, and current UFC great, Dan the Beast Severn.
Dan Severn's here, John. This is going to be a treat, an absolute treat to see Dan the Beast Severn here in Denham Springs.
Well, this is the one we've been talking about, David, the one we've been looking forward to for weeks and weeks.
Dan Severn's going to be taking on the Red Dog with Jazz. Of course, Red Dog and Jazz both in ECW.
Dallas in the house.
And just like Reggie said, he is a former WWF superstar. He's a former NWA World Champ, and he is a current UFC great, and he looks in great shape. No surprise there, John.
And the thing about Dan the Beast Severn, he held on to the NWA World Championship for almost 5 years. Just lost this past March in Japan, and Nagoro Agoya, I believe is his name. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And right now, he's going all over the country trying to regain that contention for the NWA World Belt to get the rematch. So he's going all over the place, and he had to make a stop in Deep South.
And his opponent, nephew of the late Junkyard Dog, ECW superstar, along with his valet Jazz, the Red Dog.
His opponent is the Red Dog, and of course, as Reggie said, he is the nephew of the late Junkyard Dog with his very beautiful valet Jazz. Both he and Jazz are superstars in Extreme Championship Wrestling, and if you saw Heatwave 99, it was Jazz who beat the living hell out of Jason in that intergender match on pay-per-view.
Well, Jasmine, she's been very instrumental in a lot of matches, both against her own gender and others.
Now, we talked about Donald the Python May being a submission specialist. You want to talk about a submission specialist, look at that man in the ring right there with those black trunks and black shoes. He's not Steve Austin with the black boots and black tights. He's Dan the Beast Severn.
He is a man of over 1,000 holds. He's an encyclopedia of holds. And the thing about this guy is that he can pin you, he can defeat you in so many ways, David. I'm really looking forward to this one, Dave. Right now, you got the Red Dog coming in the ring, holder of the IHW.
He is the IHW champ, as it's called Insane Hardcore Wrestling.
Wow.
He's a champ.
I bet that's not exactly the most scientific group in the world, would you say, Dave?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He may be insane and hardcore, but Dan the Beast Severn is going to give him all that he wants tonight, right here, live in Denham Springs.
Well, you know, either way, win, lose, or draw, Red Dog's going to come out of this a much better wrestler. You wrestle a guy like Dan the Beast Severn, a former world champion, a guy with so much experience, and, you know, you're going to learn something in this match. He's in a very enviable spot right now.
Again, I saw the Red Dog for the first time at that enviable show right there in Houma. Of course, Mid-South Wrestling was the first time I saw him. This obviously has got to be the biggest match of his career, John. Dan the Beast Severn. I mean, come on. How big can you get than Dan the Beast? I mean, here locally.
That's right. Heck, I mean,
And how
Not
when
much
would you ever
bigger,
thought
I
you'd
mean,
see Dan the Beast Severn in
Severn.
Denham Springs?
That's
You want to
right.
talk about bringing talent to Baton Rouge? Folks, you are watching local talent. You are watching a national talent in Dan the Beast Severn. You're going up against a local talent and the nephew of the late Junkyard Dog. You see right there on the screen. Dan Severn against the Red Dog with Jazz. And they are here in Denham Springs.
That's right. I tell you, these fans were really into this. They've been looking forward to seeing this bout. Dan the Beast Severn, of course, as we said, one of the all-time greats, and he's right here locally, right here at home. It's not a pay-per-view match. This is just brought to you right at home, folks. You're getting one of the all-time greats.
Looks like both athletes seem to have a lukewarm response from the crowd. Of course, they're getting cheered and both jeered. And by the way, this is the main event of the night.
Well, that's right, David. And this would be a main event. A guy like Severn could main event anywhere in the world.
Anywhere, including Denham Springs.
That's right.
They're about to lock it up. Of course, the Red Dog in the ring trying to get some support. Dan the Beast Severn was on the radio show Saturday morning. Of course, he was very excited and he was very cordial about coming down here. He was looking forward to getting in the ring against the Red Dog. Had nothing but praise for the Red Dog, a very classy man in his right. And we're about to see a lockup that I'm afraid the Red Dog's not going to like.
You know, even from an announcer's standpoint, we learned something. This is the kind of match we look forward to calling. I mean, a guy like Severn, I mean, it's just, you see so many holes that you've never seen before.
Clean break by Severn. We said that this may be the Red Dog's biggest match of his career. Yeah, this may be the biggest match we've called in our brief careers.
That's right, David. The thing about Severn, too, is that this guy wrestles almost strictly by the rules. I mean, he does not need to pull out a foreign object or a chair. He can do it just pure and simple, just like this. I mean, it's kind of a treat to watch this guy. It's a throwback.
Beautiful camera work by the Root TV Productions right in your television set, right in your living room, as you can see the Red Dog lock up with Dan the Beast Severn. Clean break by both men. Of course, you can see Jasmine right there at ringside cheering on her man. Jasmine in the ECW as well as the Red Dog.
Severn's definitely from the old school, David. This is a kind of individual who still believes in sportsmanship. And
both men fighting each other off right there. Great moves. As you can see, there's Jazz. ECW finest. She beat up Jason in that intergender match. I'll never forget that, John, as long as I live.
She is one tough customer. I mean, she could give any of these guys a tough fight. I mean, Jasmine, she's a very, very
again, you may be wondering what those guys are doing right there. They're not butting chests. They don't love each other. They're trying to get control. They're trying to take a control of each other right there to see who's going to get the upper hand.
And Red Dog really needs to try to get control if he's going to have...
There it is. Right there, that underhook. He's got him right there in a standing switch. As you experience. Right. Reversal standing switch by the Red Dog, surprise. But Severn right there reverses it again.
That's right. Red Dog's not going to be able to rely as much on the...
Here comes your amateur match. You don't want to get an amateur match against Dan the Beast Severn. Please. You don't want to do that.
You do not want to, David. And right now, the Beast is forcing the Red Dog to go to everything he's ever learned.
Pick up right back down the mat, taking control. Beautiful freestyle wrestling by a freestyle expert and Dan the Beast Severn. Numerous experience in amateur wrestling, John.
Severn's a longtime veteran, and Red Dog, he's been in the sport several years, but he doesn't have quite the background, quite the amateur background that Severn has. Severn, of course, I mean, he's been all over the world, and he knows every way to beat an opponent. And right now, he's working him down, got him in a nice textbook headlock, David.
Absolutely. Again, Severn just showing that freestyle Greco-Roman wrestling that he's just so skilled at, John. So much experience this guy has. You just don't know how much of an honor it is to see this guy here in the rings in Denham Springs. I mean, this guy's just amazing.
And the thing that's really I'm really excited about is that tonight you're seeing extreme hardcore wrestling. Then you're seeing good old sweet science right here. A little bit of both, David. A nice leapfrog.
Leapfrog. Drop kick puts the Beast down.
And getting the Beast down is an accomplishment right there. He had to go to a drop kick for that. Now they are facing each other right across the ring. This is gonna be a game of human chess, like the great Gordon Soley says.
Or the living legend Larry Zbyszko likes to talk about it. Again, here we go. The Beast goes right to the leg. He's got the Red Dog at a very much disadvantage. Drops him down. Beautiful move by the Beast. Got him into a half crab almost. Trying to get it over. There it is. Half crab by the Beast, and he puts down the pressure. And the Red Dog, his only means right now is to try and somehow weasel his way to that bottom rope, or he's going to submit.
That's right.
That's a painful move.
Yes, if you've ever been put in it, I mean...
You can see the pain on his face right there by the beautiful camera work.
I know Root has done a fantastic job of the camera work tonight, and bringing it right. You're getting the best seat in the house right at home, folks. As you see, Severn just working that leg. Severn, just like we've seen with so many other competitors so far, working on that one area and just staying with it.
Right there trying to hyperextend the knee of the Red Dog. Again, the submission specialist we saw Donald the Python May earlier, who is pretty much a protege of Ken Shamrock and Shamrock's nemesis in the ring right now, Dan the Beast Severn.
And Severn right now is just working on that leg, very methodical. Severn came in here with a game plan, and Severn is just doing a beautiful job right now. And, you know, there's no, I mean, he's not pulling out any foreign objects. He's not using chairs.
He doesn't need to.
Just pure textbook wrestling,
This
David.
is, you just said it, this is pure textbook wrestling. No run-ins, no jumping around, no TNA. This is textbook family-oriented wrestling. And by the way, it's called Deep South. Remember the name.
How long has it been since we've been able to see textbook wrestling and, you know, in
Mid-South?
very many matches? Probably so. I mean, gotta go back many years. AWA, Vern Gagne style wrestling. This is the kind of stuff that was called the sweet science right here. And you see a lockup, collar and elbow. And Red
Nice
Dog.
drop toe hold by the Red Dog.
Yeah, and Red Dog
But
got
he's right
him
by
down.
the ropes. Severn looks like he's toying with him. He knows he's in those ropes. You see Jasmine right there in the face of Dan the Beast Severn. You've got to watch her, believe me.
That's right.
She might be pretty outside, but she can be a hell of a vixen.
Right now, Severn's just, as he said, toying with him. He's saying, show me your best moves. Show me what you got. And then I'll take it from there, and then I'll probably defeat you. And
Again,
nice
we've seen this
takedown.
so many times tonight, John. Standing switch right there puts him down, and again, they lock up. They break up, trying to size each other up, as you see Jasmine at ringside. Again, they lock back up. Beast gets him in the ropes. Brute strength, nice throw. Beautiful throw by the very strong Beast.
Yeah,
There's a Japanese arm drag, puts him down. Again, another Japanese arm drag. He's got the Red Dog hurting.
Yeah, Severn, a lot of fans may not realize Severn is one of the strongest men in the sport. He doesn't have the glistening muscles like some of the other competitors, like maybe a Donald Python May. But look at him. He is just brute strength, and he's got him right now. He's got him locked him in that leg lock again like he's been working on all evening,
You know,
David.
if he goes a little further, that could very well be a Steven Regal submission maneuver.
And right now he's got him. Now, there it goes. Red Dog.
Red Dog right in the ropes.
Very smart move by the Red Dog.
But he could have went with the STF, or he could have went with the Regal stretch right there. He had the feet position of the Red Dog where he had nowhere to go but that bottom rope. Of course, you can see Jasmine to your lower right of the screen right there, supporting her man all throughout, as she always does. Big clothesline by the Beast puts him down.
And with those arms like Severn has, that clothesline can be quite a deadly weapon, David.
Dan the Beast picks him up. Looks like he's going to whip him in the ropes. Red Dog hits hard. Beast comes up, nice body splash. He's got the Red Dog winded right now. The Beast in control. Again, the Red Dog hits Beast up. He missed that time.
Yep.
Red Dog rolls him up.
A
He's
rare-
got him in a roll up. 1, 2. Almost at a 3 count, John.
That was a rare tactical error by Dan Severn. He telegraphed that move. He charged right at him. That was a mistake by the part of Severn, and Red Dog's going to work on it. Very smart move by the Dog.
Now, Red Dog right there is grabbing him. Looks like he's got him in an arm lock. Reverse arm lock, backing him up. He's got Dan down on the mat. Very surprised to see the Beast go down. Look at the power of the Red Dog.
A lot of strength there to get a man like Severn. Weighs almost 300 pounds.
But he
Right
missed
up.
the elbow. Here comes the Beast, and he misses his elbow. He's missing those spots.
I think Severn might be getting a little testy, a little
Oh, he rode him up,
frustrated
John.
at
He
this
might have
point.
him here. 1.
You imagine what a win over Dan Severn would be for this young man's career.
It would be a definite boost for his career as well as Jazz's career.
He would be the talk of the wrestling world to beat Severn, who hasn't been defeated too many times in his career. Once or twice.
Look at this. Look at that beautiful belly-to-belly suplex by Dan the Beast Severn. Here we go back to the amateur skills. No one really can do it any better. You know, you talk about the Steiners, you talk about all the other guys as he's going to get a 2 count right there in the ropes. Dan Severn and those belly-to-belly suplexes, he could throw a clinic on that, John.
Kind of reminds me of the days of the great Magnum TA, who was a master of the belly-to-belly.
And Shane Douglas.
That's right. A nice forearm now by Severn as he immediately goes right back to work on him, David. He doesn't waste any time. He doesn't showboat. He couldn't give a damn less if there was one person in the audience. He's still going to, or 100,000. He's still going to go right to work on his opponent, David.
Red Dog reverses, and now they're going to go to a series of Ric Flair chops, and of course the fans are obliging here in Denham Springs as they do all over the world. Red Dog, nice hip toss, puts him down. He's going to go for the pin here. 1, 2. Didn't hook the leg though, John.
He should have hooked the leg. Should have grapevined it, David, because...
Oh, boy, but you think, John, when these guys have wrestled, at the point they're winded right now, their mindset is they can't think on their feet like we can.
That's right. And, you know, when you're in the ring and it's going 90-0, David, you know, you're right. It's hard to really keep that strategy at all points. But
the Beast has got him right there.
look at that. What?
Look at that. That's a Dragon Sleeper. That's a Dragon Sleeper.
Look at
He
Severn.
got him. He's tapping. It's over. It's over, John. Dan the Beast Severn defeats the Red Dog with that Dragon Sleeper submission.
Yeah, Severn saw it coming. He just went right into one of those maneuvers, one that we hadn't seen very much of, David. Very smart move by Severn, but again, an outstanding effort by the Red Dog. The Red Dog, this young man.
You got to give him credit, John. He gave his all, but God,
this man,
the Beast Severn is just, he outclassed him.
That's right. The Beast just did it. That's the experience. So that's experience over youth.
Here comes the replay right here. You can see Red Dog misses the lariat. The Beast right there kicks him right into the back, and he's going to grab him, puts him in position right here. He's got him right where he wants him, right into that Dragon Sleeper made famous by Ultimo Dragon, all the greats in the Japanese era. That's a Japanese submission maneuver right there. You see him tapping on the Beast's back. Dan the Beast Severn wins the match.
And in the ring, David, look at that. Where do we see that anymore? Two men just shaking hands. This is a match I can say I've been very proud to call, David. This has been an outstanding bout
by Dan the Beast Severn and the Red Dog.
Yes.
Classic match, great match here. And we've seen so many matches tonight, John. It's a shame that it's come to an end at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan the Beast!
A great night for wrestling here at the North Fork Rec Center. We appreciate you listening to us, or I should say watching us, little radio jargon.
That's right.
You're watching us here on KTTE Root Television Productions, and we're going to have to call it a night here from the North Park Rec Center in Denham Springs. It's been fun, and we're going to be back in the area again. Make sure you tune in to the Pro Wrestling Rap radio show on 1210 a.m. WSKR every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. The fans here in Denham Springs are loving every second of this, and John, I've had so much fun tonight, and I really appreciate you being out here.
David, it's been an extreme pleasure to work with a wrestling expert like you. You know this sport like no one else, and it's been great working with you tonight, Dave.
And the fans are really excited here, and I just want to say one more time, I want to give a shout-out to the Root Television production team. Guys, an exceptional job on the camera work tonight. KTTE, of course, will be filming this, and we'll be playing this back in a couple weeks. And, you know, and as we think about it, we saw a lot of matches tonight, John, that were very interesting. And, you know, the Red Dog and Dan the Beast Severn, that had to be one of those matches that was just, it highlighted careers.
Yes, the Red Dog is going to come out of this match. He came out of this match saying, I've learned a lot. This is one of these matches that might be the turning point to the career, David. I mean, the Red Dog really got quite a wrestling lesson tonight.
And all I can tell you, fans, is that Red Dog indeed lost the match, but sometimes when you lose, you end up becoming a better person, and I think the Red Dog did that.
And really, that's what it takes sometimes. To learn it, you got to sometimes lose a few. And I think the Red Dog just really got one of the lessons of his career tonight.
And with that, they're wrapping us up, John. So for John DuPont, I'm David Hernandez here from the North Park Rec Center in Denham Springs. So long, everyone. This has been a Root Television production on KTTE. Good night, everyone.